Yo guys, welcome to another video. I did originally say that I was only going to be uploading videos once a week on Fridays, but I actually did upload a video on Tuesday. That video was of installing the new Aero on the S13, so if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I was pretty stoked on it, and I'm happy with how the S13 is coming along. I decided I would tackle some of the aesthetics while I wait for some more mechanical stuff to show up so I can get started on that, but she's looking pretty good right now. So go check out that video if you didn't see it yet. Some weeks I'll be able to upload twice a week, so I'll just keep you guys updated on my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, it's right here. Go follow it, and then you'll know whenever a new video is coming out. I apologize, the lighting is kind of crazy in here. I have that LED light there, that LED light there, and then those two halogen lights there, just trying to brighten it up as much as I can in here. I did actually order some... What is going on? Bruh. What are you doing? No, that's a paint pen. You can't have it. Anyways, I did order some LED strip lights, like the ones that you can connect next to each other, so that I can put around the garage here. So hopefully in future videos starting, well, they arrive tomorrow, so after tomorrow, any video after that, hopefully it'll be a little bit brighter in here while it's winter and I can't do anything outside. Today we are going to tackle some stuff on the Subaru. As of right now, it's mostly just interior stuff that I want to do. As you can see here, the interior of my Subaru is not looking so hot right now, and that's because I managed to find a car, like a local part out car that had, I think it was roughly like 70,000 K on it, and the guy was parting out everything on the car. So I bought basically everything for the rear interior of my car except for the seats. I have those over next to the S13. But I pulled all of my plastics out of the trunk of this car, and on the sides, and actually on the back of the hatch as well, because all of mine were pretty beat up from just all the road trips and stuff, packing luggage in this car, and everything was just very brittle and just not in good shape. Everything is now up there, and I'll keep it as spares, but it just wasn't good enough. So I did take all of that interior from that part out car, and that's what I have here. This stuff isn't in perfect shape, but it's a hell of a lot better than what mine was. And it's black, whereas mine was like this weird kind of charcoal gray color. And I did also manage to snag this center console from that part out car, which has the leather armrest with the red stitching, and all of the, like the cup holders and the center diff controls and everything are just in a lot better condition than mine are. This is what my center console looks like right now, and on the camera it doesn't actually look that bad, but the armrest is stained and all the plastic is pretty badly faded. And yeah, I just prefer that black armrest with the red stitching over this kind of gray one. Fairly recently I actually swapped all of the dash plastics as well from a different part out car, so a majority of those are new now too, like all of the silver around the shifter, around the stereo. On the doors as well, these switch plastics are new. Not new, but from a low mile part out car, so it's all looking a lot better in here. And the back was really just bringing the whole interior down, so I'm excited to get those new pieces in. Before I get started installing stuff, I'm going to take this opportunity to spray this down and give it a wipe, just because this is all, like, that's all dust. And it's gross, so I might as well do it right now while everything's out. Well, by no means was that a very detailed cleaning, but it's better than before, and I put in the effort, and that's what matters. I'm gonna start installing panels now, and I think I'll start with the hatch just because it's the easiest, and then we'll go from there and move to the inside of the car. Okay, so from what I've learned over the years repeatedly taking out this trim, it's always easiest to put this big piece on the bottom of the hatch back first, and then move your way up from there. So this literally just clips in. It sounds very aggressive, but that means you're doing it right. And then from there you want to move on to these side pieces. Also should just clip in, unless you have leftover clips still in the hatch from an old piece, then they will not clip in. Now it should go in. These wires I'm just going to try and tuck into this clip the best I can. That's for the taillight on the wing, and then this is my washer fluid. But since I have the aftermarket agency power wing, I don't have washer fluid to the back anymore because it comes out of the stock wing. I'm sure I could kind of retrofit something and figure it out to make it work, but I don't really drive this car unless it's nice out, so I'm not too worried about having washer fluid. If I do ever put it back to stock or drive it in the winter or anything, then I'll figure that out. But in that case, I would probably have the stock wing, so it wouldn't matter. All those pieces fit well, and then now we can put the centerpiece back, and then that's it for the hatch. I'm hoping that since majority of the clips on these new pieces are still intact, that my trunk won't rattle quite as much anymore. But that's kind of the main goal, because so many clips were broken on my old stuff that the trunk just rattled an insane amount. Now on to the bigger pieces. So I'm gonna start with this side here and get this side piece put in. For now, it's not gonna match this top part, but I'm not too concerned about it. I will look out for this piece from another part out car and try and get one. But for now, at least it'll match the doors and everything, and honestly not too concerned about it. Still gonna look a lot better than like this or with the jank broken pieces I had before. I took these out quite a while ago, so I don't really remember how I got them out. So we're just gonna try and slide this in and see if I can figure it out. And the final touch for the trunk before I move on to the back seat area and the center console. Well, that's the trunk and the hatch section all done. Actually doesn't look too bad. I know this doesn't match, but it kind of goes with the doors and everything in the back of the seats. It looks way, way better. So it's been a few days since the last clip I filmed in this video. I did actually just receive the first batch of new lights that I got for the garage to kind of brighten it up in here and make it feel like less of a dungeon to film and wrench in. So take a quick little glance at how dark and dungeony the garage is right now, and then I'll turn on the lights and we'll see how it looks. Just by the lighting on my face, you can probably tell how much brighter it is in here, but check this out. This is just half of the lights that I ordered. And these are just like super cheap strip lights off of Amazon that, I don't know, they just go on the wall like that. You just self-tap some screws in and then they just kind of clip onto these little brackets. And right now I have 6 of them, 3 on each side, and I have 6 more that are coming. So I'll probably put 3 up here and then 3 on top of the garage there, but it is so much better in here now. Oh my god. But anyways, we'll get back to the Subaru now, but this will make the rest of this video a lot better. Makes me feel better wrenching in here too, when it doesn't feel like midnight all the time. You can just ignore all these loose wires here. This is the old wiring kit that's actually still wired into my car for the subs that I used to have in the car, but I got real sick of rattling everything. And honestly, subs are just too much sometimes, so I took them out. But I'll leave the wires in case I want to go back to a single 10 or something in the future. So we'll just leave them under there for now. I have it disconnected from the battery, so they're just chilling. If you are curious on how to install or remove seats, the back seats in these cars, the backrests are super easy. It's literally just these 2 bolts on this little bracket here, and then on the other side there, it's the same on this side, but there's a hole just in the side right here, and you literally just slide the seat into it and twist it, and it'll just lock into there. So it's literally just these 2 bolts and this guy on the side. And just like that, that's basically the whole rear interior of this car put back together. This seat isn't in the best shape. The backrests are okay, but the bench is kind of gross. There's a few stains that I've tried to get out, but I haven't been successful in getting those out, so I'll probably see if I can find another part out car that's getting rid of their bench and pick that up, hopefully. But honestly, compared to where we started at the beginning of this video, I'm very content with where it's at now. Definitely needs a vacuum and probably some of that back to black trim stuff for all the black pieces, but It's looking good. The front of the car is still a little bit of a disaster. There's a bunch of wiring over there that I gotta sort out. This is a new clock spring that I got for the car, because I think at one point between all the steering wheels I've swapped into this thing. When I put the Vertex one in, I think I messed up my clock spring because my center diff controls right here don't work anymore. It just says locked. And also my signal light doesn't always turn off on its own, which is another sure sign of a messed up clock spring. So I think what I'll do is I'll make a separate video installing that center console as well as fixing the clock spring, and I'm gonna pull that steering wheel out, the Vertex one, out of the STI, because I did manage to get my hands on a hub for the S13 from my friend Mateo. So I'm gonna throw the Vertex wheel in the S13 for the time being, and I have the stock STI steering wheel somewhere up there that I'll throw back in this thing. And I did also manage to get my hands on a Bride seat rail for the S13 so I can put my Vertex seat in here. I'm not sure if I'll do that right away just because there's some cleaning up that I still need to do inside of here. Obviously it's just full of parts right now, and this sound deadening or whatever this shit is here that people normally use dry ice to take out is dirty, and it makes the inside of this car look disgusting. But it really is just this stuff faded and looking dirty. So I think I'll save all that stuff for another video. I'm really just trying to film as much as I can and basically filming everything I'm doing. I got a little too excited the other day. I managed to pick up the center 240SX piece for the back, and also this, I don't even know what this is called. It's just like the rear garnish that goes underneath the taillights to complete the back of this thing kit-wise. So now it's got everything. I think that's gonna do it for this one though with the STI, and I think my next video will be getting back to some S13 stuff. I think I should have a transmission in the next couple days here, which is huge, and then we can kind of start tearing into the mechanical side of this thing. It's been fun working out the aesthetic stuff for a little while here because that's kind of all I've known up until this point. But I am excited to dive into the mechanical side of this thing, and I just want all of the parts so I can get started, because I know there's going to be countless headaches and speed bumps, and I want this car running like early spring so that it's ready to shred in the summer. So I should probably dive into the JZ a bit more and see what maintenance needs to be done before putting it in the car and realizing that there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be replaced. But honestly, for the most part, it doesn't look to be leaking from anywhere. I know obviously when people sell engines they're going to clean them up, but it looks to be in good shape. I should probably do timing belt. Yeah, I don't know, we'll probably tear it down a little bit and just look into things and make sure there's no big issues we're going to run into down the road. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you to those that watch to the end of these videos. I appreciate it, and to all the homies that comment and kind of motivate me to keep going. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos again, so I don't see myself stopping. Again, I'm hyped. It's going to be a good year in years to come of making these videos and building my toys. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like so I know, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.